studios has not ya pick one or two things baby to me Edia boy bra. And that's what you say we are going to bring you one of such episodes. Your topic now we're discussing. At the end of the day, we'll be able to pick one or two things out of it as women. Now your topic you see the growing woman. The growing woman. Now you can the growing woman now. Who are we looking at? And now a woman now you can within which age brackets. If you say you na fe dey share in yama bakum you be afa ho. At the end of the day, no wa I'm hoping that you be a discussion. Now I pick one or two things be now the about obra. I want to say a big thank you to your partners. She shows. Without them, it will be impossible to sit here and bring you our episodes. First of all, if I said Nasika Sepa and Gem Beauty Care for your makeup needs every week, you make it up. Every week, Gem Beauty Care for Adaroma. We your wedding, we your engagement, we your anniversary, graduation, whatever the event. So what could be wedding crown now, per day makeup, be simple makeup, be crown now. You can just call them wherever you are. Or mobile be your makeup no kama amount. If you need them, you can call them on 020-779-2101. 020-779-2101. Samsung na fortune juices every week. Or mama ye assorted snacks. Say nyata milk, then ye fruit mix and also bolo. In the mushroom kukra my banana ice cream. Banana ice cream. All thanks to Fortune Juices. Also, anytime you have any event, now per the local setting, people who calabash crash, calabash and get to an akesium. They say, I know a local drinks now at the end of the near they serve it. Who person no free calabash mukrana, nina available. And they give us very healthy local drinks. Into your event, Biana will here or come and set up to give you this treater. Just call Fortune Juices on 0244 508818 0244 508818. Sounds like in rubber kwatu. All you need to do is to just give them your fabric or make sure a nice design. Say wedding now, all course, engagement, say graduation, whatever the event. While we are wedding now, post a wedding gown, papi bi, amaya pamama. You have to bring it to in rubber kwatu. You can call them on 020-993-0465. 020-993-0465. Yeah, mind to the beauty needs no. Never mind your skin actor so. Never mind your team so actor so come. It is of major concern. I dream opa. Sakaya lasika. Now said the editor never mind your skin actor so come. Never mind your team why you fed ye. You bet. And this is why I'm recommending Nature Cosmetic friends and products to you. Nature Cosmetics. Omo soap are able to mediate dry skin atoso. Ingredients omo using now are very healthy ingredients, very natural. We use everyone with skin atoso kama amount. The name of the soap is Tetra Goodness. Tetra Goodness. Now we use I tell you, it's going to make you look very, very nice. So also na yetimi ya meka wasemi. The Nature Cosmetic products ba kwa a black shampoo. Black shampoo, would the choose events and would the wash with team say a natural, say events and permed hair, or Nini never the toss to come. The shampoo is available, the conditioner is available. All you need to do is to call Nature Cosmetics on 0554 687751. 0554-687751. Open the brain so now what you can still call the number 0554-687751. Omobeji also na omo aye business no. Ya kan is aye try ho se my beba sisi na ye de komode no atwaso.
Kwawara anyankopon no nyiwa ako onya da me na me ba bi na wo be pɛ me
ewu de mpanyimfo wasisika to da no na wonya asani ni nsɛm sika wonto da no ma
eba ne se aka won ko a. How would you manage your life? Whether you are a boy or a girl, you have to be independent.
Then maybe wase wo pa wo be ware wo oni plan no dwane free no men ware no. A man must have a plan and you must know what type of a plan the man has.
Obo de nansa so buafo. It is a freelance helper.
Unfortunately, nowadays, we pay before we even start talking. We know we will there, it will be the sugar in my cocoa. So we don't have the chance to communicate very well before we start the boy-girl relationship.
If you are somebody who is not a Christian and you want to date somebody who goes to the club, and you go to the club would expose you. Even the way you talk, people will know that no, you're not one of us.
The home has many components. We have the living aspects, which is made up of the human beings in the home. We have the pets, we have trees, and even pests. Then the non-living aspects, the housing or the building itself, and gadgets that we use at home.
And yes, you community as I say, you play it safe by saying that, or no, so I can, or yes, or say, you emphasize in here, you can your queen, or she say, your don't can, and this I respect, she said that if you respect, it is love, respect to show you.
But you're kind of the topic says which sustains marriage,
not which marriage.
No, I know.
Yes.
Which sustains marriage.
Marriage in general.
Marriage in general.
Yes.
Why do you want to believe that marriage should be bitter? Sorry. Hello. Okay, so Yamama Kwabadium Eba and then Jubedi so. We have our two special ladies in the house. Omuna Yenyom Baba in common. Auntie Odonso as usual. As ladies, we are going to just discuss the growing woman. In Yamabe also the growing woman. We are all welcome to today's show.
Thank you.
Now, it means you are ready for the show. So we want to, in fact, hear your voices. So just do your own introductions. Based me actually who you are, and then probably one or two things about yourself. Metoma first.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm Eva Mensa, and I know Miss Saki. Yes, and I am currently teaching at Wesley Girls High School.
Okay.
So I'm Lydia Didiado. A physics tutor at Wesley Girls High School.
Physics tutor, just and then better science.
And then a distributor at Max International.
Okay. Into Bamcha Mama Kwaba. Auntie Odo, so
Femidoro.
Into me, I say we're talking about the growing woman. The growing woman, and we want to understand. Maybe your topic I remember we pick the key words. I woman ya share. Amantia say ye juma ye kasana fili India ye kasa fa home. Into see the growing woman in your lay mind. Growing woman, what is it?
Okay, so usually in class when I bring a topic out, I tell the students to be able to look at the words that form the topic. So having an idea give you a general overview about what the topic is all about. So the question, the growing woman. Let's see who we say a woman is. A woman is someone who has passed through the stages of childhood, puberty rights, and then adolescence. And then every country seems to have a definition of who a woman is. But I think generally it has been accepted that from the age 18 and above, you can be considered as a woman because you have the ability to be able to make your own decisions. So a growing woman would be someone who I would say has been fully developed emotionally, physically, and mentally, and is able to make her own decisions. So the person actually lives like someone who is independent, not like a child who is supposed to take instructions for everything that she's about to take. So one that is mature to make her own independent decisions.
Some person may try to make punishment. They all kind of look at my. Punishment. Y'all kind of look at my. Was me the book now kind of man to back.
Into a case will be a growing woman now. So a woman that oba onwankasa otimi and making decisions. ebia bibi wo ho a opese oya at that stage no owo sa nyansa na obetimi de ye ade na opese wo ye no ohia outside influences bebree because at that point no one nkasa no why matured mentally physically so bibi a chese mu fine into ono obetimi taking decisions are obetimi abon e bra into a growing woman, and that's how I think.
Yeah, that's it. Side of the growing woman.
Okay, the growing woman, I am placing emphasis on the growing.
So you punish one.
Oh, minka brofuyana.
Okay,
fancy.
You.
Okay, see, growing woman, I'm looking at the transition. Growing woman, transitioning. So you know that the person or the woman is not at one stage or hasn't yet gotten to another stage, but then it's moving from this stage to that stage. So usually there is a kind of confusion with that woman if looking at the environment and then the needs of the individual woman and then the aspirations and other stuff, because she has all these dreams in her mind, this person, this kind of woman she wants to be, but then it's like she's not there yet. She's on a journey. The growing woman, she is on a journey becoming who she wants to be. So if care is not taken, there might be challenges that might impede her growth. Okay, so I want us to focus more on the transitioning. So when you're looking at a growing woman, we are looking at a woman who is transitioning, moving from one stage, probably as a teenager into adulthood, moving from teenager into adulthood. That is how I see it.
Says about infante.
Okay, infante no. So Erica, you're back on the growing woman name. Ibia besiaba ana obabia or to anaman ifi ibia mofamaye mana ibia at a point of age from one stage to another.
No, I fancy that kind of for baby.
Okay, to say I think you almost side now say also about.
Yeah, auntie, I think in my mind now also be now the transition, you know, moving from a particular stage in life where a stage to another, where your sense of maturity, you know, will be tested, where your maturity mentally and even where physical features would also be looked at very well, because you know that is a transition thing. Growing woman in there or this is but there are some typical changes, other changes be, and also that woman is also supposed to be making some decisions. I loved it when she said that she's making decisions devoid of the influence of others. Not that more influence, but or a minimal. No, that is what we are looking at today.
Based on Miyayaki Kanina, we are looking at somebody who is able to make her own decisions. Obia moving from one stage to the other. Obia otumi take charge of myself without the external influences being breached. Into your share and within which age brackets and now within which level, if I say transition and your common level, Ben and Pakoni do everything I can say this person falls within description, yeah, me. And now if I say Namaya boss you, what is the age bracket I to me Ediama?
Okay. So can I come in? Yes. Once I make church, you know, make I say generally people see or formations obidi 18 and above a say winning because the person can actually exhibit power by voting. So at that point you are thinking that you can make your own decisions. But then so what the 18 and then you still stay with your parents, you are still under their care. So you can't say that you throw your arms about and make your own decisions when you're still living under their roof and they're feeding you. So at a point where you want to be independent to make your own decisions, then you would have to step out.
Okay.
where your parents wouldn't have to exhibit so much power. Because if I'm feeding you and you're telling me that, mommy, this is what I want to do, I am feeding you with my food and you're telling me this. Yeah, so you would have to move away from my house, pay your own bills, then you can make your own decisions. I only come in when you invite me to come in. Into me, how I dream, baby. So I think moving into the university, you get to move away from your parents. You get to meet people, you get to make your own decisions. Mommy won't be shouting at you. Maybe you're at home, mommy will be like, go and bath. But at the university,
you can sleep 3 days.
Wow, that is, you will smell, you won't smell. Yeah, so you would be compelled to do the necessary thing. You actually be hearing your mom's voice even in that independent state. But then it gives you an opportunity to be able to do what on your own accord without mommy saying it per se. In Timeka so be a university and university and at that point, no, majority of the people actually move because now this is real life. You need to face it. So at that stage, then you can actually have your own decisions being made without so much influence from your parents. So my friend said most people finish university between 22, 25. Majority, so within that age.
And from what she's saying, my understanding is that we can't even peg an age because we wait to me the 15 years and then because of circumstances, I couldn't wait to me a movie out of the parents' house. Into may understand just say the fact that you are out of their from under their roof, from their domain, are only influence via us. Not just say you are independent. You fall in that circle or categories or category of people. And do you have any other?
I want us to look at this in a situation. In a situation where there are some parents probably after SHS, okay, some people start working after SHS just to gather something before going to university like I did. Yeah, so there can be a situation where you are working but you are still living with your parents, probably your mom, and then you receive something in the month, and so you wouldn't really be independent, but then she expects that some things I want you to do yourself, so she would take some of her responsibilities, and then because you are working and then you receive some amount of money, do this yourself, but then you are still under me. That kind of independence.
And also the ultimate the growing woman. Means we are looking at the first one we looked at was my way fee a fee cry. Now we're also looking at my over fee. Now so over fee, but even though fee completely, but all your nejuma takes some decisions, pays some bills, takes care of some things that such a person can also be classified as a growing woman. I think I love that.
You see, even say as to explaining, per se who the growing woman is. No, I think Eva, you mentioned something on challenges. You see, within that period, near say, the growing woman moving from one stage of life to the next challenges people are facing at every stage, and I say or do a particular stage and be facing. What are some of the challenges that you can think about? Now we've moved from one stage to the other as growing women. We are still growing. What are some of the challenges that you're experiencing? Eva.
I would say there are some challenges that will change. There are some challenges that would stay, or you would have to keep solving them or conquering them as time. But then you know that this thing will probably pop up some way at this stage of my life. So you prepare yourself when such challenges come. Yeah. So we have some of them that you can deal with, and then you're moving forward. One is financial problems or challenge. Yes. When you start, especially university, and then now you've been given money, mommy, daddy, they are not there. And so you have to, budget. And then it's like you're making decisions yourself. And if you don't take care, impromptu buying and all that, those challenges with handling money and all that too, So that is one of the challenges that I have realized. Apart from that too, emotional challenge or emotional problems as a growing woman. There are times you would like this, you will love this, you would want to do this, and then at a certain stage you do it and then you don't enjoy it anymore. You don't feel like doing it anymore. At a stage you do it and then you're just thinking about what will people say. Now I am this age, I still want to do this, but then people will look at me and then what will they think when they think I am too old to be doing this, you know? So within yourself, you wouldn't be emotionally stable, because you be in a dilemma. Should I go for it or should I stop, because people would say, oh, because I think I'm growing and all that. So these are two things that I would want to.
Please add on.
Okay, so I think one of the challenges that every growing woman would likely encounter has to do with influences from your own peers, and then influences from the opposite sex. Because just like the nectar of a flower, I mean, everyone wants to come have a taste of it. Yeah. So as a growing woman, you must be able to brand yourself in such a way that you are able to overcome every stage, because it will come, most definitely. You can't dodge it. But then, as we talked about from the onset, we said that you have to be emotionally matured, you have to be mentally matured. So as these influences are coming, it is your responsibility to be able to find your way out of it, so that you don't find yourself into a messy situation. So handling the opposite sex is a crucial point when you are a growing woman. From what Eva said, you're moving from a stage to another stage. If you're unable to deal with it well, it might impede or hinder something from the next stage. So it is good to have mastery when it comes to dealing with the opposite sex as a growing woman. So I would say this, aside what Eva shared, these are also some of the challenges that a growing woman would also.
Challenges are always facing another day.
The challenge with parents, especially with Miss Afuna, they are at a particular stage in their life. Let's say we're tertiary, maybe we're starting the national service, we're starting in Sikakaka. All of a sudden, Bakada was shared off some responsibilities. You have your own you want some things you want to take care of, you know, your personal stuff you want to take care of, but some way somehow everyone that parents zeribim ebusia pressure and into oma afe no who taste no, or do I or the sacrifice I will taste for the benefit of DS. You know, it's some of the challenges that interview of a red shoe or a new man when you're primary colors, you know, when you're shoe, when you're red, when you're yellow shoe, when you're blue shoe. But this is wakoto blue no, waka red and yellow no. But origin is kebi with fear. Ebi a younger brother be or here sikebi zaye. Inti sikana cause wakoto ni shoe no. Or those koma abrente. You know, these are some of the little challenges that they also face, you know, as a growing woman.
Now let's talk about making plans. Yeah, I say no to me say one shut down you like Lydia said, you may find yourself wanting and in a messy situation. And so we need to plan as growing women. They say who say they are within everyone's a university. They are almost completing the university. They say our concentration is going to be on them. Or investing in your mouse cards and your just a phone call. You can't just make certain decisions without consulting your parents and all that. You see, in making our plans, first of all, financially, Eva mentioned it, but do we have a plan to discuss and educate your sisters out there? Say, oh, invest here in your finances because somebody is giving you, but you have to manage it. How do you manage it? Again, you have the idea and the mindset. Say, if you invest here, I'm going into the world. That is how we put it. How are you going to manage your finances out there? Because who pay who need you? Are there any ideas? First of all, I want us to concentrate on the finances. Sure. Are there any ideas we can share as to how to actually plan your finances as a growing woman?
I think we start with Max.
The reason why she said exactly. Then the man other jobs, no, young body inside jobs.
Okay, so
it's so physical.
It's interesting. There's something that a lot of people say about women, that women never get satisfied when it comes to their finances. So as a growing woman, if you don't want to at a point be so over dependent on a man, then it means that you have to find means and ways to be financially independent to an extent. So from school, I mean, just a phone call or a text away, then you are sent some money. Now, the mistake most of us make is that we spend, and then after spending, we now decide to save. But it should be the other way around. Save, and what is remaining, you can spend. But you're spending with a mindset that you already have something there waiting for you. So it all comes back to growing women having ambitions. Because if someone has no ambition about her life, about being financially independent as a woman, the person wouldn't see the need to have a financial goal. In school, there are several things that you can actually do and engage in. Some people just go to school to just learn book. Then, but there are others. When I was in school, I realized I had some mates that were engaged in small businesses. The room opposite mine, she could buy a crate of egg and she could sell. We didn't really. I was like, what but school just so But I mean, like, she knew what she wanted. And it also boils to the fact that she knew where she was coming from and where she wanted to go. So she was doing this small thing and adding it to her studies. So she's getting bits and pieces of the money from the side business that she was doing. And I'm so sure that she was saving. And at the university, the money that mommy or daddy will send, you can invest. There are a lot of investment policies that you can actually give yourself into or put yourself into. That within some few years after completion or entering into the job market, by the time you realize you have a lot of money they can any marginal mental maturity because Odrin said they be dad be mommy. But if he said that's also Juma son of Wanyamo. It's also dream with that. Da and drain that chair, so on more be my windy. It's also soon a wound, you know, there will be responsibility on you to as well. Can also we teach him. Senator won't show because daddy will not always be around. So at a point you have to take charge of your own affairs. Taking charge of our own affairs. You know, our finances first. Into old school, when you found yourself in that environment, how did you go about your finances? Who did you know? And now,
I didn't sell mantonche, but then one thing I would say is that with a woman and a growing woman and overcoming financial problems and all that, at a point you need self-control, honestly, because there are some things that probably when you were young you couldn't do, you couldn't have, and so you think that, oh, now that I'm becoming independent, kind of, I can do this, I can buy this, I can go here, I can spend this and do that, all of that. Yes, but then if you don't have self-control and then your ambitions don't guide you, just as Sister Lee just said, you end up spending. Even if you have money coming from other means or other sources, you realize that you have more of expenditure, you'll be spending more than saving. So in as much as you have a plan, you have ambitions, and then you'll be having other sources that you would get money from, you need self-control to guide your spending. Yes, so budgetary spending.
Okay, and so you can't about plan on our finances. At least I think that's what we have discussed so far. We will have to make one or two things out of it. Now, you share our plan for working as students. My main concern is who be who name a Juma that we name say national service. National service also is any rest assured. So
every national service, you know, the unfortunate aspect of it is that our qualification and our main content, our education. Another a year pharmacy, but if you go to my post work to baby, it has nothing to do with what you went to school to learn. Because Nancy, you would be more quiet traffic, direct traffics and all that. A bit more one called farms, you know. So it is virtually different from even those who did education, who read education. A bit more one area of speciality, you know, come from one called differently. So you know there are variations and other things regarding national service. And see, I'm just looking at maybe I aspiration, maybe I put there damage me. You are hoping to develop in your area of studies. Maybe work post work to baby. how are you going to manage it? You know, as a young woman, how are you going to manage that kind of new office that you are being given? And even going there and also calling there lectures, lectures, I would dress in shotori different from a room shotos. Because lectures are too much now, but I should not time of to me part of the I shall any your trousers being out of yesterday, pay all slippers, even cautious slippers go, you know, then I will have a book or the guitar. But we are talking about the work world, where it's supposed to be dressing in a professional way, especially with the environment that you might have been posted to or will be working. So as a young woman, how do you, especially in the university, you know, or in the tertiary, you know, the things that we buy, you know, we don't buy them having these places in mind. Yes. I'm sure I feel I was working on or that was our wardrobe. No, Nessie can you go for Fanaba? So as a growing woman, how do you you know put yourself in that position where you are ready for the job market? You are ready. Even before you step out of the tertiary, you are ready.
Then I think that we will still have to discuss our financial planning, such that would be so and that is what she said. The mental maturity. On yet that they trim time office can be unto baby. We do one eye posting area, nothing of us are free. Say Yemen is come fan to tossa in Yemen. But again, you made a point on national services and near question investing. Sometimes we find ourselves in a different area altogether. And also can plan and I think that we should be able to discuss something that will help our sisters out there. How do we plan for our career? As a growing woman, how can you plan for your career? You are in a career. You are in a career. How did you plan for it? So sorry, if I want to hear your side of it. How did you plan for your career? As a growing woman.
As a growing woman.
Transition woman. How do you plan?
Okay. So teaching has been my passion. Yes, so and here I find myself teaching. Yes, so I found myself doing teaching virtually every time. Okay, even before I went to university, I was teaching in a school. I was a volunteer teacher, compassion, Sunday school teacher. So I was teaching. Yes, but then I also had it in mind that I had it at the back of my mind that anytime I am posted anywhere, I'll be willing to learn and then grow there. So let's say I've been posted into a place where, say, an office. Okay, I don't really like sitting down. I mean, you come, you sit, you just write.
The computer and then you be typing.
Really?
Just that.
Then you wake up, you think, after work, you go back home, you go and sleep. You come, you sit down. I mean, you don't really get to interact with people and all that. Yes, but then I told myself that if I find myself in such a situation, though I might not work there for long, but then the time that I'll be there, we'll just enjoy while it lasts.
We are social beings. You see, growing up, we all had aspirations where you wanted to see yourself. I mean, if you didn't have that in mind, then even going to the university, what was the essence? Were you pushed to go there? So obviously there was a driving force that took you to the university to study the course or the program you wanted to study. Now, that at the back of your mind helps you to be able to diversify your learning, because it means that day in, day out you have to keep improving on yourself. Now there are issues where people say that the notes that lecturers keep lecturing, it's been years and years and nothing is happening about it. If you want to be a growing woman who will stand out wherever she finds herself, it means day in, day out you have to develop yourself. Personal development is very, very important. And like our sister Eva here rightly said, she was saying that wherever she didn't mind wherever she would be posted at. She could only say that because to her she believes that she has built herself to a point where she can survive at any environment. Now, as a growing woman, you must have this at the back of your mindset that wherever you go, you are matured fully. You can survive any storm that comes. But you have at the back of your mind where you want to be as a woman. So all those stages are just like stepping stones to where you actually want to be. So you can actually learn from anyone. Wherever you find yourself, you can actually learn. Just learn, add it to yourself. You never know where we'll be going or where you appear in the next 5 or 10 years. You might need all those things. So as a growing woman too, it's important that you should be able to adapt easily wherever you go. You should be able to adapt easily.
Even more, post one baby, they would have to really work their way out, in order to get them out of such places. Because no, it should be Accra. No, it should be Kumasi. I can't go to Jenny. Like Jenny, I can't go to Brody for Brody.
I myself. I cry everything you want to get. I mean, you're going to all those schools and having all that fun and correct. Then the national service by say, baby. Hey, and my daddy kept telling me, why isn't it part of Ghana? Are people not living there? So you are expected to go out there and like just be yourself and make the mark. I mean, work in that environment where you find yourself. And but you need to make an impact. Sister, I still I felt like I was out of Ghana, like I was out of, my comfort zone. But then later on, we are saying transition. Yeah, moving from one stage to the other. And stage I made doing stage and I'm what then. And I keep telling myself, okay, so I understand that man. When he told me, say I should be able to make a life, the brighten the corner where you are. I now understand, say, like you're saying, baby, I'll be and try to adjust to the situation, try to make the best out of it, and give off your best. And it all boils down to the mental maturity. And then I don't think
because it might be preparing you for something greater ahead. These experiences we gather them. Eva made mention of as we also there. I'm not a teaching. Even before she went to the tertiary to pursue education, now all your children's services, all your voluntary, and I think that as a growing woman, we should be able to identify our passion and start working on it, even before we get there. I don't know what to use as an example, but whatever your passion is, whatever, if it is the media, you start doing some things, you start following some things, so that you get yourself so prepared. Even before, by the time you get to the job market, you seriously, you'll be starting out, among your peers. It might look like you are the best, and I was a professional, but it is because you started earlier. So I think this is very, very necessary for us to, start young. Also catch them young, So start young and pursue.
Start young and pursue.
I want to connect it to the passion. The growing woman is a transitioning woman. Is growing, transitioning, moving. So moving is like you are going somewhere. Okay. So if you have your passion in mind, then you know where you are going to. You have clearly in mind where you are going to and what you want to be. Okay. So in as much as you are a growing woman, it is very necessary that you know who you are. Sometimes a lot of people don't even know their temperament. They don't know where they can work best. And if you don't take care, you find yourself doing something, you think, okay, I like doing this, let me just do. And then you are growing, you find yourself married, somebody's mother, and you realize that the work I'm doing isn't what I really want to do. And then depression comes in. You feel you are not given the best, you are not getting the best, you are giving your all, but you are not getting the best. So in as much as we are transitioning, we are moving, we are supposed to have in mind where we are moving to, where we are transitioning to, who we are transitioning to become, so that in the future we don't get stressed up, we don't feel like we've given our best and then we are not getting anything. So
that's a very good,
intelligent one.
Okay, with all discussions, just say work side it's very important, and at least now we find out that to prepare ourselves for the working world. Financially, so you share your plans on how we are supposed to go by the thing. So far as we are talking about the woman, the one thing we can't run away from it, you understand? Because we are not living in our own world. We are living with some other species. You understand? And those species are very, very important. You need to consider them. As a growing woman, say a transition, you are quite baby, not that species, no people. As a growing woman, what plans do we have? How do we, because like you are saying, we should be prepared for anything. And as we prepare for our finances, for the future, our work and other things, we should by all means prepare for that side. As growing women, a day any a dream, a team what are the plans concerning choosing a life partner? Do you just wake up one morning and because you have so many calls from Kojo, so you're like, okay, Kojo is in love with me, so let me move to Kojo? Or how is it, and what are the plans in choosing a life partner? We're choosing life partner, plans in getting married. So marriage is on by, Ghana and Africa, the precious, they are there. How do we handle that too? It's first of all, school, my house, I said, school, what were the plans you had? Like, Lydia, when you had you, Mama Akaiwa, and you share with us.
Okay, so growing up, okay, I have quite a sharp imagination.
Me try no, but hold on. In fact, you're prompting me as me man. We're having a good time here. Sure. But we would want to give if you for the opportunity to say most of it in your free. Maybe I come once in university chicks, and the movie. You may want to share with us some of your experiences, some of the things we can learn as growing women. Inti obi questions obi to me ebisa inti mpatcho obi to me afre on 0552 791206 0552 791206 mpatcho ofra ye beje also. Sister, they are interested in your story. How did you choose your life partner? What were the plans?
Life partner.
No, process no.
Okay. So I think growing up, like I mentioned, I really have a lot of thinking that I do, imagination. I like to visualize how my future will be ahead even before I step into it.
The Disney World. All my imagination. And that's the reality.
The law of attraction. You really have to visualize it. Exactly. Then from there, and then a guide and say, so what you have in mind would order your steps to. Then eventually you get to the point you look back and like, yeah, I think I imagine myself inside here. Okay. Growing up, I was like, okay, so I'll go to school, then I get to the university, then I wanted to really excel. So the other species, me Tony down kakra. But when I was finished, I'm like, I think I'm now.
Yeah.
I'm excelling now. So let's exactly. So then the intent was that after school, then I'm like, okay, it's a national service 1 year, then you be 1 year now, mama. Then get a job immediately, then 2 years sort of, then Prince Charming, then that's it, and then we're living in a mansion and we are living happily ever after. But you see, that means that to be able to make that right decision, first, I have got to know myself. You have to know yourself as a growing woman.
Very necessary.
You don't have to wait for someone to come and tell you, do this. You must know yourself, know exactly what you want to do, know exactly where you want to be, know your passion. It must drive you. This is the woman I want to be. And that will help you to be able to make that crucial decision. Because if you want to be A and then you find someone who is C, it won't fit. A day, it won't fit.
Most of the time you want to compromise. Most of the time we want to compromise even on what we believe in, what our aspirations are, in order to be with this charming Prince Charming, but I think, like she's saying, it is very necessary. Yeah. You really look at who you are. You want to. I the the future. I'm sure they do trouble then. That is the only the disadvantage aspect of it. So it is very necessary. Prince Charming.
Prince Charming. Because when America said they do baby and after you didn't know who you were. And then you went in for someone who is not complimenting you in a way. I mean, a Juma person, the kind of human being you are, we can't temperaments. We don't know our temperaments. Sorry, then you go and pick somebody from like group C, as she's saying. Then we start hearing, I think we are not compatible. I think like she's saying, we have to know as okay, you have to know yourself. Many of us don't know ourselves.
Exactly.
Along the line, now we see our like, hey, I don't know, this is like wait, I told me another, but it's because we don't know who we really are. Just start to ask person sister story. Apart from knowing who we are, and I be to choose. So what else can we look out for?
Okay, so you have to see the role the person will be playing in your life, how the person is going to complement you. Because for me, I would like to go in for someone that understands my totality as well. Because in your style, you won't be able to make any significant contribution in my life. And likewise, the person knows himself as well. So there must be a stage where we are all sharpening each other and we are all growing together. I mean, we can't be there when it's like an investment you are taking and I don't seem to see the growth impact in my life. And that's how I know what's the so at least you have to go in for someone that you both can grow together, you can learn together. And that's where it all starts. Live together. Oneness.
Very important. Eva, what are your plans and what has been your plans as a growing woman? Life partner, they will be able to be and they hear me.
Mecca, but what I want one thing I want to add to the things the growing woman should have in her bag is that she should love herself. Whoever you are as a woman, sometimes we think that it is our male counterpart or the other person, your boyfriend or your Prince Charming should make you love yourself or should show you love. But then the truth is, if you don't love yourself,
they can't even love you.
And if you don't love yourself, there is no way you feel loved. Because you will just be feeding on that person's love every day. So that person becomes like a god to you. That person becomes everything to you. So that if the person leaves or if the person does anything, you are caged because you think this man gives me my importance.
This man is because he's relying on you like totally.
You know, but if total independence comes when you love yourself, that's the truth. That is it. If you love yourself as a woman, you know your standards, you know where you are going to, you wouldn't compromise, you know who actually loves you because you love yourself. So whoever is coming to you is actually competing with you for your love. Because I love myself. I'm not going out begging people to love me. Already you came to meet me loving myself. So you just have to join. Okay. And then another thing too is to do with the passion. Where the woman is going to, where the growing woman is transitioning to. So say if the growing woman is going to north and then the growing man is going to south.
Let me go to north and go to
maybe not south. Not south.
By God's grace they meet and then they didn't realize this kind of movement where they are going to, and then they are joined together as one body. The growing woman would want to move to south and the growing man would want to move to north, and so there would be that friction. You would see that your development wouldn't help the other's development. So the man will be soaring higher, the man will be moving up, and so when the man is moving, he is dragging you, so you will be going backwards, helping the man go. But then in a way that you are helping him should be a way that you will also be excelling. Because God actually made us to help our men. So if you are helping them, and it should be that out of your passion, okay, it should be something connected to what you do. It should be something connected to you. So that as you are helping him, you are also growing. So if he's going this way and you are going this way, when he is moving you backwards. He's going up. And when you are moving, you are also so yes. So loving yourself, knowing your passion, knowing who you are really helps the growing woman, as far as choosing a life partner and then marriage is concerned.
Which one of them did you choose? Did you use all? Okay. Although yes, I mean, wait a minute, your co-host, maybe it's a question to
I think that as a growing woman, in order for you to make the right decision in terms of choosing your life partner, I think you need to consider your values, your beliefs. I personally think that it's also important that you also consider your culture, you know, because you should know it's part of knowing who you are. Environment because we can't resist it. These things, they affect our lives, where we grew up from, and the kind of people that we grew with. they all have a way of influencing our lives. So if I am considering all these things, it would influence the kind of man I'm going in for. In terms of say if baby me break a car, you know, I say even at school, man I wouldn't really want to go for a man honestly no, they can't be buying too. I mean, dress square. No. It can't be dress square. You understand? See, somebody like complimenting, somebody who will be complimenting, who will be helping. You know, what's the benkum going in for you? First, we're going benkum. So that these are some of the things that would influence, especially with me, my choice, the values. Does it fit in? You know, my values. You know, how would the values that I have? Honestly, no. Yes, how, you know, because you know we shouldn't forget the fact that we shouldn't forget the fact that the relationship is not really about us. It's also about the people that will be coming out of our relationship, and you know we are going to build a generation on its own. So if some of these things don't work well, and we go about making some decisions, it would affect before we know it. Not president because of the decisions that we made. So it is very necessary that we consider some of these things before we do make that one choice.
We are not going to shift from the partner issue. At least now, I will say measure way before I choose a life partner as a growing woman. But one thing that will make us get our life partner, friends, a man a man in number four. What do we have to say about our friends? Do we just say that may your bow be up a you just open your doors and allow everybody or anybody in? How do we choose our friends? And Yamabe now say yes, in choosing our friends as we transition. But I want to say, if you have taken notice, as we grow in this life, there are times you grow with some people at a point they are gone. Not gone as in dead. But life, you know, it has ended.
Only if that's the leave not.
Whether you like it or not, we are then others come in. That means that the transition period now, stages now at every point, people come, people go. We call friends. How do we choose our friends? How do you know say we are all being me? She will have a good influence on my values, on my who I am. The person is going to help me love myself more and blah blah. How do we choose our friends? You have a lot of friends in your lives. How do you choose them?
And even before they come in, I think when we're coming, I was telling them something that I really want to forget to mention. But you know, when choose a growing woman, choosing your friends. Ghana na ya one. Or people can the heaven cry be wo. Say any more bia. You won't get to some to some places. You won't have some benefits. You know, you won't have some whatever connections, kind of. So it is very important we identify ourselves with a main class, but a group of, you know, people, a category of people. I think that in choosing our friends and in relating with them, we need to relate well with everybody we come into contact with. But we are looking at the people that we call friends. The people we draw them closer to ourselves, even to our homes. It is necessary we should be looking out for people that say in your emergencies or you call on them and they are there to help you. I think it is very necessary we consider that. We shouldn't be looking at the people who will be, you know, giving us. They are all ones that if it's about them, you should do everything for them. But if it's about you,
they run away.
You know, I think we need to be looking at such people. They can be part of the group, you know, but they sticking closer. We need to really look at it.
How do we look at it? Another question.
And
you know, people are coming close. No, but
it is their attitude. You be with them for some time. You know, you can't tell in a day or two. And people crappers were sharp. That they know better. This kind of person they are in a day. You know, you can just you will know. But there are times that as you live with them, we have to open our eyes. Open our minds, open our hearts to identify some things in people in order for us to know who the right people are for our lives. It is a transition. We are going on a journey, and we need some, you know, a kind of people around us to make this journey. And they're the kind that there should be the kind that would propel you, that would push you to get into where you really want to be. That is what I want to say.
Over to you, Joe.
I just want to give this scenario. Let's take, for instance, I want to travel to Accra. Okay, then I know it's Accra that I want to go. I know the exact bus that will take me to Accra. I happen to meet someone that tells me that this route that is taking me to Accra, that is not the route, but rather let's go and pass this different route. But you know exactly the route you want to go. At that moment, you should know that this friend has no influence. The growing woman would have to know her purpose in life. Your purpose will help you to be able to identify the sort of friends that fit in. Because if you find people that you have similar purpose in life, you grow each other, you shape each other. You have a certain desire. They have the same similar desire. You're able to work together. I mean, over decision, you're able to understand that this decision will obviously help both of us. You have values. Because mom said, baby, I'm a person, these are the things that will take me to that point. So I need to find friends who are also going on that journey with me. And they also share the same values that I share. So with that, their influence will be very positive in my growth. But if I get to meet people that don't, I mean, baby, I'm a corner, and why is the person going to be your friend in the first place? You don't allow such a person. So they say that choose your friends. Don't let them choose you. So you choose your friends based on where you are going. And then you can't know where you are going if you've not discovered yourself enough. So it all boils to the growing woman discovering herself.
Is new.
And someone will say this. Another person will say this. Not who says so you need to discover yourself.
Sure.
You need to discover yourself and what you really want. What fulfills you. And that'll help you to be able to make up your friends.
That's not necessarily if you want to feel though, I'm paying 4 years scaffold. Not necessarily getting friends who are rich. There's some people who are really rich, but seriously, like
they are poor.
we don't need them. They might not be too rich, they might not be the affluence, but the kind of impact, the kind of wisdom they can, give out. I think we should go out for. So we shouldn't really be looking at so much on the material aspect of it. We will be deceived. And again, maybe I school. It we are also looking out for one more school saying we might be deceived. If people will be circumstances in no going to do that level now away to know. But really, there's something that they have that can help you get to where you want to be. So I think we should open our eyes to some of these things and really know the kind of people we need around ourselves.
I mean, from keen observation, you'll be able to tell.
Yeah.
I mean, the person is not really from a rich or a very influential family, okay? But in some background, the mindset, that's what I think. Every battle is won from the mind. It is Nipakono, they want to move. You can't give what you don't have. Into Nipakono or can or has a name or can, they mood fine. Then you feel this one will help me. You bring the person into your life. But when you have some, I didn't know what can they be our customer. I mean, why would you so have to entertain such a person? Okay, so like she rightly said, we are not actually going to streamline it to a certain group of people, but it all boils to mindset. Because if the mindset is terrible, trust me, there's no surgery you will do to change that mindset. So that mindset is changed.
Sure. Yeah. And what we are saying very important, but I think my last thing I want us to look at. To see our friends, you need to do yourself and all that. That is necessary. But trust me, we have gotten some people at certain levels in the transition, growth. So they may not have realized who they are, but they already have friends. Okay, so now you have all the kukunkakes around you. All friends who are going your direction, others going the opposite direction. In a very nice way. Because some people don't know how to really take some people out. They don't, like she said, leave. They refuse to form. That's why and there's one person bet you because what tell you like actually fiction. In some person why are they know? But you are expecting that certain things. You say you've realized who you are, you've known yourself and all that. Where you are going, you need a certain people and on. How do you why such a person? In a very nice way, you have to let the person fall. Or not so falling or terrible. What do you do? Eva, what do you do? Just imagine, I'm sure you've had such experiences. What did you do?
But for me, God helped me. Because there was no way I could do it myself. Yeah, so I just prayed. Some friends are really demanding. And this person likes me, but this person is not going to add any value to me, but will just be taken from me. But then you want to still be that nice person to the person. So God, bring a circumstance, bring a situation that will take this person off. Let her get tired of liking me. That's what worked for me, actually. That's what worked for me. But then apart from that too, I think, we give people a chance into our life based on the knowledge about ourselves we reveal to them. So somebody will get close to you depending on the knowledge the person knows about you. So now that you are learning about the growing friend and the growing woman and the kind of friends she should have, get your inner circle as a growing woman. There are people that come to stay in your life. This person is such a blessing. Some of them, you meet them at GHS, like I have, and then even you part ways, you go to different schools, but then this person genuinely cares about me and my growth and my development as an individual, not because she will get this from me. So such a person will form part of my inner circle. You get it? Then I will have other friends too that I know them, I'm close to them, we are close, but then they are not those that I review the core parts. Yes. And then you are friends with everybody. So I think that is what will help the growing woman. You should just know that maybe there are 3 types of friends. You have the inner circle, the outer, and then everybody. So
when we're counting the DNA, it's just God. If she prays to God, that's it. Because you can't do it with your strength. That you are not seeing strength wise. What did you do, sister? Wait, I have to say it. My own sister, stop following me. You go that way. What do you do?
Okay, so I think I have a real life example.
I can't have some few minutes.
And see, I have a friend. She when I look at who I am and then where I'm going, she doesn't really fit inside the circle. So I don't really I don't spend so much time with her. She doesn't have in-depth knowledge about me. Yeah, we are cool. I'm not going to drive her away. She has a strength that I take inspiration from. But where I'm going, she's not going there. I'm not sacking her, but she knows that I am not involving her so much into my core values. I don't tell her a lot of stuff about me, and she respects that distance. So we roll, but there's limits to everything. And see, I was just get busy building yourself. Building in the background, or person building beer. Yes, in background or slag, or no, the person will feel that a Nadia now failed, they have to go in inside. Oh, no, bet you know. Build your empire.
There was a time my friend made a statement concerning this. He said, if you are really struggling about the people who should stay in your life and just heat up, the chaffs will burn off.
Wow, I like that. And then it's like we'll be hitting up. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's the best way you can let them fall off. I think that. And although, do you agree to this one? Or there's another way you for other people.
I agree to that. Just heat up and they will follow. Because nipa say na on jeans or maybe our ways just be busy with those things. Obviously, they won't find interest in that.
Yes.
And before you know it, they are. Maybe I'm okana. I was a cover. So before you know it, it's not distance, so heat up.
I didn't come. I'll come. I say, who say you maybe as I say. So if you can go along, I'm hitting up, but I'm going. Until I give you all I give our guests especially 30 seconds. We have talked about a lot of things. Until yes, sisters, or more feel wait here, baby. I'm sure somebody Juma. Until let's round up. What would be your final words to them as a growing woman based on Nyamana ya discussing and what would be your final words for them? Eva, let me begin with you.
Okay, what I would say to my sisters out there is that you are a growing woman. The baton has been given to you. You are running a race. Everybody is watching you, though you don't see people watching you. If you don't take your time, or if you don't lead your life well, very soon people will start questioning you, or your life will question you, and you will question yourself. So it is up to you to keep up the good fight. Okay, it is up to you to know wherever you are going to, whoever you want to be, and the kind of people you want in your life. Okay, don't be divided. Don't have your mind divided, or don't look at other people. Just focus on what you are doing, and then that will take you up.
Lydia?
I would like to say that the growing woman must realize that a whole generation is going to come out of her. So she should spend time building herself, discovering herself, discovering or setting the empire how I want my generation to be. Because if a generation is going to come out of you, it depends on what you do now. That will determine how that generation will look like. Get busy developing yourself. Very important. And discovering your purpose as well. That will help you in everything else.
Thank you. The heating up. Okay,
as a growing woman, it is necessary for us to identify people in our community that can be of help to us. They might be adults, they might be our age mates, sometimes even subordinates, but we should be able to identify them and ask for help when need be. Asking for help in the no,
run away.
But let's identify these people and really walk up to them and see what they can give us in order for us to develop into becoming that beautiful woman that we always dream of being.
Thank you all so much. Because of time, you need to make kind a lot of messages. Like your Facebook messages, one from Mordecai. Your boy Mensa. I see, beloved, I see you. Beloved, this one is a species. Beloved, what I'm sure the person here understands.
Exactly.
So you've gotten your message. It's from Mordecai. You. And then Sandra Araba Afo. She says, Dede, I see you. And then Christina Mami Fuaspio. I see Lydia, Dede Ado, I see you, sis. Now you guys are looking great. Thank you. Emmanuel Dabara, I say Dede Max. Max I can't Dede Max. I can't read all the messages, but we thank you all who joined us on Facebook. Nyamisha Mubibre, and I'm sure say Kakrana ya discussing, you've been able to learn a lot from it. Me, I've learned a lot, but one thing that has hit me now is the heating. that one I need it. So all my friends out there, even family, in fact, watch out. I am heating up. If you are ready to heat up with me, let's go. Otherwise, you fall off. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for watching. We thank God for these inspirations or their mind. As growing women, I mean, we are just transitioning like Yakano, but there are certain things that I don't think say ya dream cry abasu. But now we have to learn to discover ourselves. That is the main thing in the business. And when you discover yourself, of course, all other things I'm sure are going to fall in place. It's very, very important. Thank you all for doing the watching. Thank you to our crew members also. And we are really appreciative of what they have done. And then once again to our partners for always supporting the She Show. Gem Beauty Care for always doing our makeup. If you need them for all your events, for your makeup needs, you can call them on 020-779-2101. 020-779-2101. Sounds na fortune Jesus and all my ice cream come on I didn't need none. But you do it was studio hands and yako. So if you need them for any local setting at any event, you can call them on 0244-508818. 0244-508818. That's not rubber. This very simple outfit. If you need to sew your wedding gowns or engagement gowns, graduation, whatever the event, just bring your fabric to Inraba and you can call her on 020-993-0465. 020-993-0465. If you need very good soap for a beautiful skin, if you need very, very good shampoo and conditioner for your hair, one person shampoo no, you have to look out for the right products. Look no further, just call Nature Cosmetics on 0554-687751. 0554687751. Or from where you can get some of their Tetra Goodness soap and then the black shampoo for your hair. Thank you all once again for doing the watching. Yami aduma next week in so you be saying ababe GSC it's na a very good and interesting topic. Abremo. As women, we need to cook, so I mean, I think we need to learn more about recipes. So get prepared for next week. See you. Have a good week. Bye bye.
Wala nyankopon no nyu ako onya da me na me ba bi na wo be pay me
ewu dem penyimfo wase sika to da no na wanyansane ni nsem sika wonto da no
e ba ni se aka won ko a how would you manage your life whether you are a boy or a girl you have to be independent
then maybe wase wo pa wo be ware wo oni plan no dwane free no men ware no a man must have a plan and you must know what type of a plan the man has
obo da nan so Buafo, it is a freelance helper.
Unfortunately, nowadays we pay before we even start talking. So